Today we're going to take time to work with your primary instrument in the class, which is your Diario, your journal. It is so imperative that you pay attention to every single detail. I'm going to give you a bunch of rules and a bunch of procedures, and I really would like you to try and work within those and understand how important it is to follow the directions. This is your journal. This will be your ticket in the class. This is what you use every day. You'll turn it in every day before class, at the beginning of school, and I will correct it. The way it works is this. You will first skip to the 4th page. So I want you to count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the page you'll begin on. Each weekend, you'll be required to copy the lessons for the upcoming week in your journal. And you'll take 2 pages per, the left-hand side and the right-hand side. I will show you now exactly what that looks like. Alright, let's get started. You have gone to the website alakimo.com, and gone to your class's lesson plans. First year students should go to the ES1 T lessons. Second year students should go to the ES2 A lessons. Third year students should go to the ES3, the D lessons, and fourth year students should go to the ES4 F lessons. You'll click on those and you'll click on the lesson. Now, you'll copy the entire lesson in the journal. You'll start with the leftmost usable column over here. So you notice that this line is cut off, so you won't try and squeeze anything there. You'll have the leftmost usable column and the topmost usable line. So no cutoffs. And you'll start in that square. So we'll just say, for argument's sake, we'll start right here. And you'll copy down Roman numeral 1. And then it'll say La Fecha. And you'll copy that down. You leave a large enough space. You'll put down El Dia, space, and then the lesson. And we'll just say for the first year students it's T02, La Cara. That's the first line. Then you'll skip a line, and you will always skip a line, no matter what, without exception. So instead of writing on this line, I'm going to skip to this line, and you'll start over here again. You'll write the objective of the class, of that particular lesson. And you'll copy down all the objective on that line. Then you'll skip a line, and you'll write El Sustantivo, Los Sustantivos, which is also on the lesson plan. And you'll see this as you look at the lesson plan. And you'll copy down this whole column of words you're going to learn that day. Then you have El Infinitivo. And you'll copy those all down. You do not have to use 1 letter per space. Write in your normal script or your normal handwriting. I would prefer you print. Above all else, it must be neat. Always skipping lines. After you finish copying section 1, you'll then move down and you'll be right about here and you'll copy down section 2. El Diario, and this is where you will self-reflect each day on what you got in class that day. Copy all the instructions down, skip lines as appropriate. The next line will have some phrases you'll utilize in class, and I'll teach you what those mean and how to utilize those. So you have several phrases that you copy down also. And then you'll leave space for your Diario, and that'll be down here on this bottom part. On the right-hand side, same rule. Leftmost usable column, topmost usable line, you'll copy down Roman numeral 3, section 3. The instructions. Then you'll copy down the lesson, the actual work you're going to do in class. It'll be 1.0, 1.1, whatever the lesson says, you just copy those down with their instructions. Usually it's a mandato in the 2 form or something. You'll see what I'm talking about when you get to the lesson plan. But just all you have to do is just understand, copy down exactly as you see everything on that lesson plan. About halfway down the page, you'll skip and you'll go to section 4. Section 4 is a section that you're going to, again, copy all the notes down for exactly as they're in the packet. You're going to write down all the instructions. However, in each class they're different. All the instructions. This section you'll be completing at home, This section will be completed at home. Section 1, these are your directed notes. These are what I'm going to give you from the packet. These are things you're going to learn in class that day. Section 2 is your independent reflection. You're going to talk about what you got in class that day, and I'm going to teach you how to talk about that. Section 3 is your assisted engagement. I'm going to help you in class. I'm going to correct this in class so that you have a model to do Section 4 at home, which is your re-engagement autonomously. And all this is your instructional vehicle by Ormsby, which is why we call it Diario. I'll give you an example now of a well-completed Diario so you have an idea what it looks like, and we'll try and put them side by side so you can compare. Alright, so here's your Diario before we've even started. Blank, you're starting to fill the thing in. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like after you've finished it, after you've copied a lesson. And actually I'm going to show you how one student copied several lessons. Alright? This is a completed lesson, an actual completed lesson for that same lesson number 2 I was talking about. You'll notice on the top it has la fecha. Here I wrote down the day, the lesson number, skipped a line, the objective of the class, copy down all the nouns, all the verbs we're going to use, all the commands that we're going to learn, some other extraneous things we're going to learn in class. These were her directed notes. So this is what she learned in class that day. Section 2, she copied down she all the directions, skipped a line, some of the phrasings that she was going to learn that day. And this is a student that just started. This is a brand new student. She had never had me before. And this is what she learned that day, and she talked to me about what she learned that day using these phrases. Over in Section 3, again, the instructions, everything that was on the page she copied down, and then she was able to complete this assisted engagement in class. And then Section 4, still always skipping lines, the instructions, and then completed the same type of assignment, this re-engagement autonomously, and home. Now I'll just show you a couple more. As we pan back, you'll see some more how they look. And this is obviously one of the more focused students. Really pay attention to the instructions. Always. Here she started drawing words next to them. And I totally encourage you drawing little things. You'll see some of her drawings. As she learned the new words, she put in drawings next to them. Over here on the right, in her assisted engagement, she had a nice picture she drew of the parts of the face she had learned. Down here in her autonomous re-engagement, some more pictures. Overall, then she started getting really creative and taking the space that was left for her to write some other notes to herself. Again, her directed notes in part 1 were very complete, but she added drawings to them. She was able to now start writing paragraph form in Section 2. That's what you ultimately get to do. Now just flip some pages so you can get some ideas. Here we see some more of her drawings and how she really just took great care and detail in doing this lesson. I just wanted to, again, show off some of the things that she was able to do. Here she drew horizontally to get a better picture using some colors. Totally encouraged, but again, only using pencil to write things in. You're only allowed to use pencil, no pen, no erasable ink, and so forth. So here we go, flip it around again for you.
Mr. Anton, please come to the principal's office. Mr. Anton.
Here we're studying a bedroom unit. Some things in the bedroom, see? So you can really add to this. There's no restrictions except for making sure you always skip lines, always use pencil, starting at the leftmost side of the page, most usable column and rows. And then I'm going to show you the last thing we want to look at is the índice. Remember we said skip the first 4 pages and they were blank. Well, here's what it looks like when we finish. You're going to actually catalog what you do each day. Starting with, you'll have the date, the day, the lesson number, the topic that was covered, the verb person that was covered, and the verb form. And I'm going to teach you how to catalog that. Again, following the same rules, always skipping lines, and pulling this information, this data, off of your lesson itself. Once you've completed a lesson, after the last thing you've done, then you catalog it. And you'll catalog all your lessons, and it'll give you reference pages, several reference pages, to be able to look up verb forms or vocabulary or such as you have need to review for tests and quizzes. And that is your Diario. Your directed notes, your independent reflection, your assisted engagement, your re-engagement autonomously. This is the instructional vehicle by yours truly, Ormsby. Thank you. Hope you got it.